Hey guys, what's up? CloneYoshi here. Today I'm going to be talking about Dracula Untold. But before I get into the actual movie, I'm going to be ranting about something not totally related to the movie, but related to my DVD about this movie. I bought this sealed in the bargain bin at Walmart, and I was stockpiling it so I can watch it like for October, and I didn't think to look and check to see if the movie was in there because it was a sealed copy. No DVD. So I don't know what happened to this DVD. It is not in here. And I can't return it to Walmart because I don't have the receipt anymore. And I doubt they'll believe me if I come in with a open case without a DVD. So I don't know what to do. Luckily, it was on FX on demand, so if you have FX, you can watch this movie. But yeah, I thought I had a copy of this movie. It turns out I don't, because something weird happened. I mean, the case itself looks fine. There's no like tampering with the case. I don't know why the DVD is gone. If you know anybody that can help me with getting another copy, or if you have an extra copy, or if you don't want your copy, I can take it off your hands. But yeah, I don't know how like the DVD's gone from this. Maybe somebody got 2 copies instead of just 1. But this is the weirdest thing that has ever happened with me with buying a DVD. I mean, it's new, it was sealed, so I don't know why it's not in here. Luckily this was a bargain bin DVD, so it wasn't like expensive. But yeah, I still spent money on this, and it's just a case. So yeah, I guess that's what you get for buying from the bargain bin. You're not checking on it when you buy it, so yeah. I don't know what to do with that, but anyway, let's get into the movie itself. So this movie is a remake, prequel thing to Dracula. This is the first attempt from Universal to make a monsterverse. I don't know if Wolfman counts as a first attempt. I think it was its own thing, but this was definitely like, we're doing a monsterverse. And you can kind of tell that they just wanted to make this movie first so they can make future movies in some parts. And yeah, this movie has some potential for being like the origin story for Dracula, but like, I don't care about any of the characters in this movie, and they don't do anything to make me care about any of the characters in this movie. So it's basically just waiting for these characters to end up on the kill count because I know where the story has to go type thing. So I don't know why even make this movie if you're not going to make me care about this movie at all. It's interesting, I guess. Like, there's some interesting parts to this movie. Like, I'm interested to see how Dracula became Dracula, but it's kind of like, you need to make me care about who he was before he was Dracula, and about the people in his life to actually sell this movie. And like, you didn't really do it. It's kind of like, he has a wife, he has a kid, he has a Sultan brother guy who likes kids. So yeah, that's the only real like real notes of this movie is like, there's these characters and stuff, but nothing really happens in this movie. I feel like you just know like the basic story of like, how does Dracula come from this to that? You can probably guess in like 5 seconds, and it's basically this movie. It's just a weird hodgepodge of stuff. Like, they went with more of like this bland action movie, which could work, but I don't know. They don't sell me on these characters. Like, the only character that's interesting is Dracula, and like, he has nothing to work off of in this movie besides himself, really. So it's kind of like, what are we doing, guys? Then it ends with him meeting like a reincarnation of his wife, who is Mina in the first movie, and then like I guess the vampire that turns him is there for some reason. He's like, the game's on. Oh, uh-oh. Sequel that will never be made. But yeah, this is just a weird movie, and I don't understand why they decided to do it like this. It's not really horror, really. It's just like a bland action movie most of the time, with beats that you're like, yeah, this is how Dracula probably happens, because this is where it needs to happen if we're gonna actually do the original story type thing. And yeah, it just kinda, I don't know. I do like how he looks in this movie. He looks like a mixture of the book Dracula and the historical Vlad. But yeah, it's not like that interesting of a movie. It's just kind of bland. It's fast, but it's not like, I don't know, it's just kind of like there. Like, you can put this on in the background and be like, oh, it's all the way over, because it's only like an hour and a half. So like, it's fast, but I don't understand why this movie is a movie. That's like its biggest downfall. I don't know why this movie is a movie, and yeah, and like the ending is just really cringy. I mean, it's like, the game is on. That's just so cringy. Or is it like, if the games begin, or is it the game is on? Whatever, I don't care. I was expecting the sun to be turned at the end of this movie, because he technically does have a son. He has a daughter too, if you've seen the originals. In the Son of Dracula, it's kind of implied that he's a regular Dracula, but you could make the argument he's just another Dracula in the family of Draculas. And then, yeah, and Son of Dracula is, I think, where the moniker of Alucard really becomes a big player. I think it might be in the book. It's been a while since I read the book, but like Alucard really has a big presence in the Son of Dracula. And then when Castlevania comes around, Dracula's actual son in Castlevania is called Alucard. So yeah. I'm surprised they didn't have the sun turned. Maybe they were planning on doing something with that in the sequel, like being like, because the son becomes king at the end of the movie, and like maybe like later in life he becomes turned by Dracula or something. I don't know. I don't know why they kept the son alive if they weren't going to do anything with him. That's the only reason why I would say keep the son alive, so that you can turn to him later and have the Son of Dracula arc. But you could also do a Dracula's daughter, and I feel like most of Dracula's sons already like have vampires, or like full vampires when we see them. So I don't know what they were planning with this. So that could have been interesting sequel-wise, but like that kid has nothing to do in this movie. He's just there for Dracula to feel emotions in this movie. That's basically it. Like, it's mainly like, how do these people relate to Dracula? What does Dracula think of these people? We don't really know anything about these people outside of his perspective of them. Like, it's mainly like wife, son, friend, and that's basically it. And like, there's nothing there to grasp onto with these side characters. So like, it's mainly just like, here's Dracula in this movie with people you don't care about. So I don't know what to do with this movie, because it's just kind of a boring movie, and I feel like that's both the reason why it bombed. This movie is not that good. It's better than the Mummy remake with Tom Cruise, the second Mummy remake. Brandon Fraser is a remake, guys. Stop calling it the original. The original was in like 1930 something, with Boris Karloff, and then there was like 4 sequels. So yeah, call the Brendan Fraser movies the Brendan Fraser Mummy movies. Don't call it the original Mummy movies, because it's not the original Mummy movies. Okay, rant with that over until we review the Mummy at some point in the future. But yes, this movie, not good, but better than some other remakes. It's just kind of like a bland action movie. If you're into like that, like bland type of sword and sandals type movie. I mean, there's not sandals in here, but it's like nighty. If you're into like the night movies and you're okay with like really shitty night movies, that you might like this. Like, it's just like kind of a shitty like medieval movie. There's nothing much really to this movie, and it's like, ooh, he does the thing that Dracula's known to do. And that one other thing that I need to bitch about in this movie, his weakness is silver in this movie. Vampires' weaknesses is pretty much anything besides silver. Silver is not a weakness for most vampires. And yeah, silver is a werewolf weakness mostly. And werewolves have better immunity in most cases than what Dracula has in this movie to silver. Like, Dracula starts feeling effects from silver immediately, where werewolves, I feel like you have to like get it into the bloodstream to really cause some damage. Like, I feel like werewolves could technically touch silver, but they can't be like fucking hurt with silver. Like, that's why silver bullets are the thing. Or like at the end of the Wolfman, he gets hit in the head, and I feel like him getting hit in the head and the blood getting on the head is what killed him. I feel like I feel like silver, they can touch silver, but they are weak to it and like kind of brittle to it, if that makes any sense. But Dracula like pretty much just breaks out in hives as soon as he like sees silver. So I don't know why they did that when you have like 10,000 different weaknesses for vampires already that you could draw on, and you even use some of them in this movie already, like the sunlight one. They use the sunlight one, and then that's the main one they use in this movie. And Dracula in the original novel wasn't even allergic to sunlight. That's more of a Nosferatu inspiration and future adaptations. But yeah, it's kind of like, what are you guys doing? Vampires are allergic to so many other things. Why did you have to take the one thing that werewolves are allergic to? Like, you couldn't find some garlic, you couldn't find some holy water, you couldn't find some running streams, because those are weaknesses. It's just a weird thing to do in this movie. Especially if you were going to like expand this out and potentially have a werewolf in this monster universe at some point, because you basically have a way to kill two monsters with one stone type thing, if you did do that. So I don't know why you would even use that weakness for Dracula if you were going to introduce the Wolfman later. But I guess that doesn't even matter now, because this one did not do so well, so they're like, let's scrap that and try again with the Mummy, and the Mummy was even worse. So we'll see how the Invisible Man does, and if the Invisible Man's good, maybe it'll finally happen, but we'll see. But anyway, that has been Dracula Untold, and it should probably stay untold. Until next time, peace out. Hey guys, what's up? CloneYoshi here. You can probably tell what day I'm filming this if you've been watching all these reviews. But anyway, I'm here to talk about the average YouTube stuff. What is up? So, if you haven't already, subscribe, and then hit that bell to get those notifications so you never miss a video. And then, if you like this video, like it. If not, I don't care. And then, if you have anything interesting to say, post it in the comments. And then, share it with your friends if you really like this video. And stuff that will help the channel grow, and yeah. So thank you for doing all that stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
3-day weekend! Yeah!